Hey, Costarting crew, this is Ray with the last week in review for phone to email in this initiative, and I'm glad to report that these 4 weeks have been a smashing success. Hey, co-starting crew. Hey, co-starting crew. This is Ray with the last week in review for phone to email in the cohort, and I'm glad to report that this 4 week initiative has been a smashing success. We've blown away the original success criteria, which were all about how to go get those interviews. It was a conservative marker to start with, making sure something I could hit, but I didn't really expect that we were going to hit it and smash it out of the park like this by getting actually 9 of these interviews in the course of these last 4 weeks, and that's just as of this recording, and have yet more that are scheduled out. So she'll be deeply into the double digits by the time I'm finishing out April. The cohort also had commitments relative to consistency of being public, and that was really helpful. I tweeted almost every day, did write the blog post, although I think that was less important, and attended the check-in events. One thing that I've also done that was about consistency in this particular cohort is, of course, these video updates that I think have been pretty helpful for my own accountability as well as being able to bring the message out. So in the course of this cohort, we originally thought it was going to be all about just getting these interviews, and really by the end of week 2, it completed most of the interview, all of the interviews actually that I needed for the requirements, and started turning my attention later in week 3 and really in this most recent week to the question of how to implement the lessons from those interviews, even as more of them were just flowing in. And this means trying to be even more public than I have been previously in an effort to defeat the lizard brain. The KPIs were mainly process KPIs leading into the interviews, and we blew those away, which was really fantastic. And then we're going to be looking at how to get more traffic onto the site through being even more public, using some paid acquisition as well as social, and also instrumenting to figure out which of these mechanisms are actually successful in driving traffic, driving to my data scientist roots. And then finally, stay public, stay public, stay public, both working in public more on broadcast basis and being involved in communities. Co-starting has shown me the way on this, that 1 plus 1 can really be something huge.